my loves. Hello. Hello, my loves. This is another edition of the Complete Woman Podcast, Talks with Toya. I am here with my girl, Andrea Snell, aka Cricket. Hey, girl. Hey, girl.
Hey, boo.
Listen, guys, y'all in store for some great stuff. Just foolery, number one, because I'm just dumb myself, and people that are around me are too. But you are in store for some amazing stuff. She's doing some amazing things. And so we're going to get into that and talk about all the things she has going on. And we will definitely let you know how to follow her and all of those things. And so if you have never tuned into an episode of The Complete Woman, our Talks with Toya, just to let you know, this is a something that I started. Initially, I started it for mothers and wives, but I don't restrict it to just that. Because all women need to learn something from a mother and a wife. All women can use the information that we have. So I don't just limit it to that. So every woman is welcome, every walk of life, you're welcome to come and join, you're welcome to listen and view, you're welcome to do, hey, whatever, because we all about togetherness and we're all about being better. We all can grow day by day. So that's what it's all about. So I always want to be God led, number one. And number two, I always want to have people join me that I see are moving and doing some things that are amazing in the earth. When I see someone out here doing things that can help others grow and help others be better, I am for that. I will cheer you on to the end, because that's what it's about. It's not always about trying to get your product out there. It's not always about, oh, what's the next trend and how many views I can get and how many followers I can get. It's not always about that. It's all sometimes about just getting to the core of someone and helping someone grow and be better mentally, emotionally, physically, all of that, and to beautify the person inside and out. That's what it's about. And I always, when I see someone that is doing those things, I know that I need to link up with them. And she's one of the people that, let me tell you something. The mere fact that we basically grew up together, and we grew up in Philippian Community Church. That was our church with Bishop Callahan, now that is being led by the Joneses. We grew up there, and I never knew that either one of us would be in the place that we were in. Like, nobody was thinking about being influencers and all that kind of stuff, being in business. We weren't thinking about that kind of stuff growing up. So to see now, she is the younger than me, but to see now how she has blossomed and to see where she is, I call her for advice. I'm on her line. I'm like, hey sis, I need help. Hey sis, you see me out here trying to work. And she be like, yes, sis, I see you and I'm gonna help you. And she has really dived in. Is it Dove? Maybe I'm wrong. Is it Dove? Dive? Whatever. Don't judge me. So she has she has really grabbed on to what I have going on. And whenever she sees what I'm doing or whatever, she makes it her business, say, hey, how about this? Hey, you can do this. Hey, how about that? And hey, I see you doing it. I'm so proud of you, or whatever, whatever. And that is so needed, not just for me, but as people, period. You need people in your corner that are going to say, hey, tap, tap, tap. I feel like you should do it this way. I feel like this may come out as a better result. And you have to be in a place where you're so confident in who you are and you trust that someone is looking out for your best interest, that you listen to the wisdom that is given to you. Because a lot of times we're looking around for connections and we're looking for the next latest and greatest thing. And sometimes it could be somebody that you grew up in church with. you know, so you never know. So as I watch her, doing all these things, her little modeling stuff she got going on and things, and her business and all of that, her family, I'm watching this stuff and I'm just like, God, she's doing some great things. And God, I definitely am going to be connected to her. I have to be. So that is something I do. I'm on her phone, I'm on her in her inbox, all kind of stuff. When I see something, I be like, sis, I want to do that. Sis, show me how to do that. And she's like, yeah, girl, I just did so and so and so and so. So come on. And I just did a video shoot because I'm getting ready to promote Girls Jam, Toya's Girls Jam, that people may not know what it is, but it's a women's conference that I have that is basically girls' night and sleepovers combined together. So she helped me with the concept with that, her along with a few other people. And I think it's going to be great. And I'm just so honored and I'm so grateful for the fact that she's without her saying, "Oh, you got to pay me $29.99. You got to pay me $200. Oh, you got to do this or whatever." All she asked me to do is schedule because baby, it's about her schedule, and I am too, so I'm fine with that. Listen, now that don't mean everybody just gonna get the intel. So don't just be listening to me and be like, "Oh, Toya said that." Oh, no, 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 no. We are friends. We have known each other forever. And then, hey, if one day she pop up and she has sent me a bill for stuff before. Okay, just trust me. And I am okay with paying it because guess what? People gotta pay you for what they want. Point blank. So, it's just I'm just so glad to have you with me, Cricket. I'm so glad that you agreed to come on. I'm so glad that you are here. So, Cricket, I know I do it all the time because I just love giving people their flowers while they're here. I do it all the time, but give the people a clue of who Andrea Cricket Snell is.
Listen, so first of all, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome.
I love when you said so many things of how who you are and what you do aligns with what I do, right? So when you said, we're more than, you know, it's more than just for mothers or for wives. One of the things that I thought about is for me in particular, I love working with women of faith, but I don't allow, God's love to only be just for them.
Yeah.
There are women out there who, aren't mothers and aren't wives. And I don't like for our titles to
Yeah.
define who we are because a lot of times we don't even know who we are outside of that mother, outside of
Right.
that life. So
Right.
really, I'm really focused on, women introducing themselves. Don't tell me that you're the CEO of so and so. Don't tell me that you a mother of, three kids. Don't tell me that you've been married for, baby. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear who you are. What's your favorite
Yep.
color? Because mine is yellow. What's your favorite ice cream? Because mine is butter
Right.
pecan from Cold Stone. Like I really want to get to know the you
Yes.
outside of that. So again, and that's just me. I am Cricket. I am, someone who is passionate about serving others, passionate about seeing, I see so and so doesn't know how to do this. I wonder would she mind if I reached out to her and said, "Hey, let me lend a helping hand. Do you need any, do you need me to volunteer at your event? Do you need me, what do you need so that I can better help you be successful?" That is what Cricket Snell is here for. I've been myself for a long time. And one of the things I reached out to somebody, because I've been asked, if you could describe yourself in a word, how would you describe yourself? And for me, I'm always like, I don't know. Shouldn't I ask somebody else how they would describe me? And so when I ask people, they're like, serving. You're a servant. That's who
Mm.
you are. And that's really what I align myself with. Really being able to serve women and say, "Hey, what can I help you with?" That's what I'm here for. Really helping women of faith in, their journeys in Christ because I have struggled there.
Mm.
Really helping women with their families. Again, I have struggled there. And and doing it fashionably. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like Gotta make sure I'm fashionable while I'm out here struggling. If I'm gonna struggle, we're gonna be cute while we struggling, but we're gonna get
Point.
through. So, that is who Cricket is. Cricket is a servant at heart who really loves just helping women get to the next level of their life, really get to know who they are so that they can get there.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yes, ma'am, you do. And even though we have known each other since we were kids, I just probably in the last few years, I'm not sure when you started doing everything, I just really started noticing it and paying a lot of attention to it. And I was just like, this is absolutely amazing. Like, this is great, and it's not like you're doing some over the top stuff, and it's not like you're out here doing tours and all this other kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? But just a simple post or a simple, idea or something, it's just amazing, to watch and to see. And it's like, yeah, that's it, sis. You found it, you found your niche, and I am here for it, sis. I'm gonna be pulling on your coattail. I'm here for it.
I so
So
appreciate it.
with you trying to, like you're saying, you want to help others and be a servant to others, what ways do you do that? Talk about your businesses and what you do to help other people.
So a lot of the main question that I get is, how do you balance it all, right? Because, here comes the titles. I am a mother. I am a wife. I am also a full-time event coordinator, and I also have my side business. And, balancing it all is something that I think women struggle with when we have so many of these titles.
Mm-hmm.
And something that my business advisor told me, that I really like to incorporate into my teachings with women is think about our lives as a pie. You can't eat it all at one time. I mean, you can try. It's
Try.
gonna take a little minute, but you can try. So how about we focus on one thing at a time? Now, it doesn't mean that you have to put 0% into family while you give your 100% to your business, but it does mean that you have to distribute yourself in whatever is the priority at that time. And seasons change for everybody. And that's where I really want people to understand is 5 years ago, cricket was not here. So, that piece of the pie was different. I I could have been, applying my focus to my family 70% of the time. And then the other 30% of the time was, the business, was, me just going to work and be like, I'm just here for the pay. Just run me my check right now. I need to work on this family. And then, and then this season it's different. And so really getting women to understand, where are you in life right now? How can we divide this pie? And then how can we distribute all of your energy so that you don't feel overwhelmed, so that you feel like you can accomplish some things? And again, it changes based on the season that you're in. So I really work on time management. I work on confidence, because a lot of times women, I feel like they don't see what they can accomplish. And it's like, how I can see it and you can't? Because I see it, I know it's there. And then just meeting them where they are. Because I can't force you to see something, but I can encourage you to see it. I can tell you, okay, well, look at your track record, boo.
Mm-hmm.
Look at something you've accomplished in the past. And let me show you how you can do the same thing and apply it to this present so that we can build you a new future.
That is That is so good. Like, I was just having that conversation earlier, and you are so right. Like, I've had people tell me, Toya, just focus on one thing, get that mastered, and everything
Mhm.
else will flow, because as creatives, we get ideas all the time. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm getting ideas in my sleep. I'll wake up and I'll be like, oh, I can write that down, because you're always getting stuff. That doesn't mean that you have to do it at that time. And that's something that I had to get in my mind. Is like, yeah, You have this idea, but focus on what you got going on right now. Get that to where it needs to be, and then you can start doing all these other things, you know. And so I definitely started to do that, and I started to see the results of it because I was doing that, you know, and then I don't feel like I'm missing something or something is falling to the wayside because I focus on this. No, this is bringing what I needed to bring so that that other thing can come and be what it needs to be. So that was just absolutely, I was just like, I'm sitting here, I'm like, I was just having this conversation. Like this girl was in my business, like, oh my God, like get out my business. That is so crazy. But yeah, it's just, you know, and then the part when you said about not seeing in you what we all listen all the time. When y'all people saying stuff to me, I be like,
Girl, what
oh, for
at?
real?
Right?
Oh my God. Like, okay. like
Like, oh, thank you.
I literally in the last few weeks have people have been saying something to me about where my business is gonna be and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, I hear you. But I think we forget, and I said to my friend earlier that I said in words of Miranda Curtis on her album, one of her albums, she said, all you need is a memory. You have to remember where you were before and how you got to where you are now so that you can understand that you can achieve even more than that. Because when you look back over your life, you can see that you didn't think then that you would be where you are now.
Girl, you better be in
No
here preaching.
way. Look, I be trying not to. But I'm just saying, man, if you look back and you like I said earlier, we weren't thinking about doing these things when we were growing up. We didn't really even see that around us. Like, we're not, that's not, no. But then to now be doing it, it's like, now, why did we ever say we weren't going to do it or we couldn't do it? Like, why did we ever even think that way? You know, so for you to say that that was so powerful, and that is so good, you know, and I want women to realize that, like, you don't have to be stuck in these titles. And that's the reason why I created The Complete Woman, because we can. Our lives are lived through our children and our husbands, and we're just like, I'll get in where I can fit in. I'm gonna give them all the pie, and whatever they leave over for me, then I'll eat that. You know, but that's a whole nother preach word, and I'm not gonna
That's
do
a
that because this is your
whole
time.
nother preach word right there, baby.
This is your time, and I'm not gonna take up your time, and I'll do this on my own time. Because that's a whole nother.
A whole nother.
So if you hear me use your little pie analogy again, don't I'm gonna give you credit.
Go ahead. Look, go ahead, honey. Listen, I'm here to serve you. So if it helps you, you use it.
So what made you want to get into all of this outside of you explained it some, but the event planning and all that stuff, what because you know we all it's because of some kind of something in us that has a passion for it or whatever. What made you really say I want to do event planning and women's empowerment full time? Like what made you want to do
So for me, like I said, having issues, and everybody has them in marriage, um, and just really trying to figure out who I was at the beginning of my marriage. I was like, as a kid, I was like, oh, I just want to get married and have kids, and I'm gonna be the bestest wife ever. And child, what had happened was what ended up happening was senior, as I call my husband, senior, we ended up having a miscarriage, and that really knocked me back. It knocked me down. I was like, Lord, where are you? You know what's happening? And I I started my journey, what I call now my journey to Christ back then, because I really didn't understand who I was. I was like, what's happening, Lord? Like, I thought you said that this was supposed to happen. I thought you said, and so I really started getting into my word and was just like, God, who am I? Why am I? Why do you have me here if I can't even, reproduce like you say I'm supposed to?
good?
And so I really started peeling back those layers and saying, oh my gosh, girl, you damaged. Oh
Mm,
my gosh, girl, why do you react this way? Oh my gosh, girl, like where's the community that you need to get you through this? Are you a good
Mm,
friend? Are you a good person? Like again, really started peeling back some layers
yeah.
and really started to see who I was, who was Cricket. And then I realized I wanted to change that person. I wanted to become a better person, a
Yeah.
more fulfilled person. And so that's when I started saying, I can't be the only one. It can't be just me out here, who has went through some things that feels like, I don't even know who I am.
Right.
And so I started dating myself. I wrote down every week. I had a planner and I wrote down and I said, okay, Cricket, what's your favorite dessert? What's your favorite color? What do you like? How do you want to be represented in the world? Do you like fashion? Do you not like fashion? What do you want? And again, really seeing that there were many other women out there who felt the same way. And so I said, God, allow me to be a testament to those women that if we just focus on you, you'll help us get out of these funks. You'll help us heal from within so that there can be an outward change. And so that's kind of how all of, really wanting to serve others was birthed outside of, volunteering in church and all of those things. And then as far as coordinating, I think it's just my personality.
I
I
mean, because you
am just
coordinate, honey.
I am just extremely coordinated. I'm extremely organized. What's funny is I was on a Zoom call the other day with my boss, and she asked me about like some vitamins or something that I was taking, and I was like, oh, I need to take the little background filter off for her to see it, and she was like, why your house so clean? And I was like, she was like, don't you got two little kids. How you house so clean? And I was just like, girl, that's how I function. I
Mm,
function best when things are organized. That's what works for me. And so again, serving women for them to truly understand, baby, what works best for you?
right.
Because sometimes being organized just ain't gonna work for people. They gotta have
Yeah.
just a little bit of clutter. And it's okay. We just have to figure out what works for you.
Right. Right. Listen, I want to get on that. Now, I'm not extremely junky or anything. I want to get on that organized look because I like being organized like mentally and like a schedule wise and all that. And like I have to have a whole itinerary for stuff. Like if this gonna happen at 9 o'clock, this need to happen at 9 o'clock. And if you said it's from 9 to 10, this need to be done at 10. Okay.
You heard?
That's how I am. But if it's a shoe over there and then my belt is over there and then my shirt is over there, I'm kind of good, but it
Mm.
frustrates me at the same time. Like it's so crazy when I go to looking for something, I'm like, where did I put it? And I don't remember where I put it. So then it's like, okay, it's chaos. But I
So
definitely,
that's another conversation for another time. But I want you to think about, those moments when you're like, dang, I could have been so much more productive if I would have charged my phone last night, if I would have picked out my clothes the night before, if I would have went on ahead and pushed myself to get gas yesterday so I didn't have to get it there.
now
Those
I
are
do
the
all of that stuff because, like I said, a schedule. I am like on it. Like I am timely. All that stuff. I do that stuff. But like, if it's an instance where I gotta like, okay, say for instance, in my mind, I thought the outfit was gonna work, so I had it together,
you're
right?
supposed to try it on before.
See, that's what I need to do is try stuff on before. Now, you might have fixed my life, friend, but because I think that's probably the only component that's missing because I get the outfit on, and I'm like, oh, this don't work. This don't work. So now I
And
gotta
then that
find something.
and then that messed up your day. Well, at least for me, I was like, God dog it, what I'm finna wear now? That's why, listen, I'm gonna try this outfit on first. We gonna see how we finna tuck
Very
rolls,
good.
girl.
That is what I'm gonna try now. You have probably fixed my life because I'm trying to tell you because a shirt will be over here, a belt will be over there, and I'd be like, wait a minute, what's happening? And then now I'm like rushing because I hate being late.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just like,
Nope.
so yeah, you might have fixed my life.
Try
I
it on
told you.
before, honey.
I told you, honey. I told you I'm gonna be listening. I'm sure this. I already told you I'm gonna come over to your house and start. Hey, because I need to be in your closet. I need to see the decor. I need to see. And I need to see how you get all that function together and stuff. And it's got a lot better, especially with my kids being gone and stuff like that. But they were very good at, keeping up stuff too. So I put them to work, but it ain't like you're gonna come to my house and it's looking like, girl, no, you're not gonna do that. But it ain't, I'm
Won't
sure
be
it ain't
over here.
together like yours, because honey, you are very, that house be together, honey. And I be like, girl.
Listen, again, and my husband, we was just talking last night. He was like, "Why are you so OCD?" And I was just like, "Yo,
That
it's
sound
how
like
I
what it is.
function. It's how I function." Let me tell you this. I told him, I said, "Listen, if I pass away and Shaniqua come in here, baby, she gonna have some big old shoes to fill, baby." Because
Listen,
this house is clean.
he gonna be so over it. He gonna be all right with how she he's the house could be like, because listen, my wife, she was just everything had to be in place. And
Everything has a place in the Snell Palace. Sure does.
I'm getting there though, because my husband had said it now. He said, man, you just be real like about to lose it. I said, yeah, because I can't work and like this is over here. And I can't do it. But we're gonna move on from that because that again, that I need to have a session.
I got you, boo.
Oh God. So tell the people about your do you call it blogging or vlogging that you do on Instagram, the Journey to Christ. Tell people what that all entails and how you do that and how often you do that or whatever.
So with Journey to Christ, I do try to do it weekly. Um, and basically what Journey to Christ is, it's a journey on, my relationship with Christ. I'm still learning. I feel like our relationships with Christ don't just reach, this point and we no longer need them. It's
True,
a full journey throughout our life.
true,
Our journeys are not complete until we take that last breath.
true.
And so for me, I weekly, and it was because I found that because I am so busy, I wasn't putting enough time into studying, into,
Mm,
developing that time with God, meditating, praying. And so I made sure that each week I said, God, what was the lesson from last week? Because I think I missed that one. And so, I made sure that I scheduled that in, my routine where I really took an opportunity to say, God, what is happening? How could I have done better last week? Because I want to do better
yeah.
this week. And so I do this on Instagram primarily. I do episodes where I go on and talk about, what I have learned the previous week. And just to give you a little taste, for my birthday recently, I went to an indoor skydiving uh, place called iFly, right? And I had been wanting to go for a really, really long time. And so I got in, y'all. And when I tell you I freaked out, I could not. I was in there like yes, I literally
Oh
freaked out. And so, here I'm just thinking, oh, you're just having a minor panic attack. It's
no.
because,
Yeah.
it wasn't nothing major. When I tell you, as I like to say, Jesus ripped me a new one. This is the lesson that he told me. He said, baby, you have a problem with surrendering your all to me.
Mm,
You like to
Mm.
be in control.
Now that's good.
And so when you step in there and realize that you literally could not have control over anything, that's when you panicked. That's when you freaked out.
Dang. Wow.
Yeah. It was so much more deeper than me thinking that, oh, I chickened out at the skydiving thing. No, baby. Jesus was teaching me a lesson.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that I talk about weekly so that we can really understand God is trying to teach us something.
Yeah.
What is he trying? And even in things like that, it doesn't always have to be, I got fired or, something really made it's the small things that
Yeah.
God is saying, baby, there is a lesson here. When you gonna learn?
We gonna learn.
And so, yeah, that's like I said, just a little snippet because there's definitely, and I try to make sure that I'm being transparent, right?
Yeah.
I don't want people to think that I've got it all together because I'm still, like I said, this is a journey.
Yeah.
I'm still working and learning to make sure that I'm doing the things that God has told me to do. And
Yeah.
so my fight is you got to lose control. You can't be so OCD, cricket. We got to work on that. So you need to go back to that I fly place and you need to surrender to me and
Mm.
let me have my way and see how
Oh
your life
my.
turn out.
Oh my.
Mm. So y'all
Oh
be praying my strength in the
yeah,
Lord.
that's what I'm like, oh my, because I knows if you act like that, I probably will too. 'Cause number one, I'm afraid of heights. So yeah, it took me about what 36 years to get on a plane.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
And see, one of the things about me is I am determined. That is what you are going to learn about me. I am determined to learn. And
Mm.
so I don't care how many times I have to go back to that place. I am going to go back until I learn to surrender my hands, my life completely to God.
That is such a good concept because me, okay, I tried it, Lord. You see, it didn't work. At least I tried.
And he's gonna keep bringing that same trial
I,
until you.
I tried, and you're right. He will. He'll keep doing. And again, looking back over our lives, we'll notice, God, if I would have got that when you was trying to show it to me 10 years ago, I wouldn't be in this place. But I was so stubborn. I figured, oh, at least I tried. You would have left me alone. But no, especially when you have purpose, He will not leave you alone. Please understand. He will interrupt your sleep. He will interrupt your life. He will interrupt your mind. He will interrupt everything to make sure you get to the purpose that He has for your life. And we have to understand, just give into it. Again, in my conversation earlier, my friend was talking about one of her professors being very, very difficult. And I told her, I said, friend, that might be the one that teach you something. Because usually it's the people that's the most difficult that end up being our biggest allies. And she was like, I don't see it right now, but I hear you. I said, yeah, I know you don't see it right now. But I'm telling you, if the professor, and I asked, I said, well, how long has the professor been in his field? And she was saying, yeah, he's basically like been there forever. Yeah, he's doing something right if he's been there that long. So yeah, he's probably going to end up being the one to teach you something. And we have to learn that about like, just give in, like you said, just surrender. It's so hard to do it sometimes because we want to be in control. But it's like, man, if you just give it up now, we can move on to the next thing. But we still here trying to get in this iFly and working.
And and God over here like, you know what? Well, I gave you this free will, so you can do what you want to do. Go
What
ahead.
you want to do?
Go ahead. We can keep going back in this circle. Let me know when you get tired.
Correct. When will you get tired? Okay, see, y'all be wanting me to come on here and preach, and I'm not gonna do that because this ain't my time. And
You
y'all
better
be wanting to
preach.
preach and bring words.
Hmm. 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 And what's it? You know what's crazy? See, listen, now you got me back to preach. And what is it? Philippians 4:9, when it says all of the things that you have heard, that you have seen,
Hmm.
like, baby, when you gonna practice them? Hmm. I'll wait. God is like, when it, huh? What we doing? Because you done heard, you done seen, you done learned all this stuff. You could be educated, baby, but when we gonna start
Listen to
executing?
me. You don't need another word. You have had enough word to do what you need to do. While we sitting around here waiting on confirmation and trying to wait to see who gonna be on board and all this. What? I done already told you what to do. Don't you know? And that's another reason why we need to learn to surrender. I've told you what to do. Don't you think that I will handle the rest of it if you just do it? Oh,
You better,
oh,
girl, girl. Yes, God.
come on.
Yes,
Yeah.
God.
My Lord, I'm learning it, Lord. I'm getting there, Lord. I'm trying. I'm trying. It'd be so tough, trying to, and this is for everybody, I know, when you see what's going on around you, and if your family has not done it before, the people around you, you never seen it before, and it's something new to you, and you don't think that you can accomplish it because you've never seen it accomplished, that doesn't mean anything. I know people say it all the time, but it is so true. You may be the first one to do it. You may be the one to change. My mom did a live with me last week, and she said, my daughter has taught me a lot of stuff. It doesn't matter that I'm her child. She has learned from me, and I have changed her mind about some stuff that she thought of a certain way before she saw me do it. So sometimes you can be the change agent. Somebody got to do it. Are we going to be stuck in the same place? And then we going to be saying, well, yeah, grandma, mama, and everybody else did it. Sometimes it's okay to be different from grandma and mama. It's
You're
okay.
right about it. And
Mm,
there isn't always going to be a plan. Everything
right.
ain't going to be laid out. So if God gave you this idea, if He gave you this promise, if He gave you this, don't you think you need to lean on Him even the more so that He can guide you? Because that's
Listen,
the plan. Why are
if
you looking
somebody else
for
don't
it?
need to lean on them, I do, because Lord, I don't know what you're doing. I don't
Hmm.
understand, and
Hmm.
I was talking about that earlier too, and I was just like, I the stuff that I have started doing, like even with these videos, I just started doing them. It wasn't really an idea or a concept for them. It was just get on there and you talk about whatever God has put on your heart to talk about. And now it's turned into something more than that. Even some of the other things, like my event that's coming up, that started out one day. I had an idea. I wanted to do an event. I came up with the idea, did it, concept and all that in like literally a couple of months. And then I made it happen. And then now it's turning into a yearly thing. So, you never know. Just start out doing it, man. Don't wait. Like you said, it won't be always be a plan. And sometimes your plan may not work out.
Hmm.
So,
Sometimes you got to change it. You got to change direction. Hmm.
because sometimes you think you know, but he knows the plans he has for you. Okay?
Okay.
See, we're not. See,
Okay.
we're not gonna do. See, we're not gonna do it. We're not. We not
My God.
go we not gonna do it, but before we get into all the other stuff about your business and all that kind of stuff, I want you to talk about your family. I want you to talk about your husband and your children. Like, what is family life like with them? Like, how is that?
It's like Jurassic Park. Um, so we are all characters in the Snell Palace. Um, I have been married to see on a real note. I have been married to see. It'll be 10 years. November. Yes, girl, we owe. Girl, we owe.
It been that long.
Yes, it'll be 10 years. I know. Um, and like I said, we struggled in marriage. We had a lot of things that we had to go through for us to
Mhm.
really get to a place where we know that we can make it.
Right.
And a lot of people don't know this about my story. And I try to encourage women, I didn't like my husband for a long time.
That's
I was
okay.
like, bro, I don't like you. I would tell him, I don't like you, bro.
That's
Mm-mm.
okay.
So I had to fall in love with my
Mhm.
husband again. And that required, and I basically did the same thing that I did when I needed to figure out who I was. I said, okay, you won't have to date him again. You won't have to figure out what his favorite color
Mhm.
is, what his favorite dessert is.
Yep.
Apply when things work, you apply them to other things in life. And so that's what I did, and it worked. Because
Come
baby,
on. That's
when I tell
it.
you I love me some senior boo, girl. But yeah, and what's crazy, and again, a lot of people don't know this about us. We went to high school together,
Oh.
and it's so crazy. I would have never known him because I was a freshman and he was a senior, and I ended up, girl, I ended up getting a locker on the first floor with the seniors because I missed the freshman day to get a locker. And my locker was like, I want to say 2 lockers away from his. And he would always call me locker mate. And his brother would always tease me and be like, why the freshman over here with with the seniors? And I'd just be like, sir, leave me alone. And so his mother passed when we were in high school. And I didn't deal well with death. And so I avoided him.
Oh.
Anytime that I saw him coming, girl, yeah. Listen, when I tell you I had to pull back some layers when I was getting to know myself, but I avoided him like Corona, girl. I avoided him. And years later, we had a mutual friend. And I was talking to her, and I was like, "Girl, I'm ready to get married. I'm tired of this single life." And she was like, "You know what? I know somebody who's ready to get married too. I think y'all would be a good little match." And I was like, "Is this how this works?" "Oh, okay, sure, I'll try it." And
Oh.
child, he messaged me on Facebook and was like, "Hey, locker mate," and I was like, "Hey, boo, hey." So
Oh.
then we connected, and I can't say we've been happy from beginning, but we have been happy for a while now. And I love the way that our relationship has been going. We continuously, one of the things that we do is we invest in it. We didn't do
Mhm.
that at the beginning.
Mhm.
We invest in it now. We
Yep.
really take time to say, hey, what you need from me?
That's
Because
good.
the way that I feel like I want to love you is not the way that you feel like I should love you. So what do you need from me? Um, so yeah, and then we have 2 boys. We have Jonathan and Brandon, um, and they are both characters. Brandon is more of the character. So yes, he is definitely the character. They are we're just all we just love each other. We all really love to see each other laugh. We love to see each other like really laugh, like cry laugh. Like, oh my God, I gotta pee laugh. And so you'll see, like, if you're following me on Instagram, you'll see there's times where I'm like scaring senior. I'm like hiding under beds, hiding in closets, all of us hiding. We're pranking one another. Like, we just really want to change the way that we view family. We
Good.
really want it to be, something that's viewed in a happy light,
That's good.
and really just have a great connection. I just want, like I told myself, I just want to be happy in my marriage. I don't want to be one of those people, when I turn 50 and the kids leave, then I'm divorcing you because I don't know who I am. I don't
That's
know if I
good.
love you.
That's
I don't,
it.
I don't
That's
want to be that
it.
person. I
That's
do not want
good.
to be that person. So I am investing in myself and our marriage
Yep.
while they're here.
Yep. Woo. That's good. You said something. You said something the whole time, but that right there is what I try to get people to understand. You cannot, because this you can get so focused on the kids and what
Mhm.
y'all got to do for day to day that you don't learn each other and have fun with each other. That's why I tell people they be asking me about my kids leaving out. I say, yeah, I was a little sad at first because they're my babies, and I never want my babies to be far away from me. I'm Mama Bear, I want them here. But let me tell you, as enjoyed my husband and our time without children in the house. Okay, we got
Ah,
one left. And when he gone on the weekend with his daddy,
hmm,
understand, we
hmm.
enjoy each other,
Yeah,
understand? But you can't do that if you don't know who you are outside of even being a husband, I mean, being a wife or even a husband. Like if you don't know yourself and you don't know who you are and you don't know who your mate is because you have engulfed them in these titles of that's mama, that's wife, and so that's what the role you stick them in. So you don't date them, you don't have fun with them, you don't look at them as a friend, like legit friend, like enjoy each other, like that's my friend. Like if I'm going down, he going down with me. Like this is ride or die, man. Like point blank. And people don't understand that because again, we're so engulfed in the titles and what's going on that we forget that we're human beings and there is something else to us other than just being dropping you off to school and fixing your meals and doing all this. No, we are human beings. We are gonna hang out and we gonna go out of town and we gonna leave the children
hmm.
and have a vacation of our own. Girl, listen, that's a whole nother.
A whole child. Listen,
Woo!
be friends with your spouse now. They
Be
not just your
friends,
spouse. Hmm.
be friends with your spouse. You'll see things change if you be friends with your spouse.
Definitely see things change.
So tell us what makes you a complete woman.
Ooh, what makes me a complete woman? So when I think about that, I think about just my life in general, right? Me really understanding who I am and whose I am, and how that all plays into, you know, into cricket, even the titles. So, the mom of me, the wife of me, the coordinator of me, the Christian of me, all of that makes me complete. All of that. Because if at this point in life, and realizing that that could have been different years ago, right? Because I wasn't a
Yeah,
mother, I wasn't a
yeah.
wife. But in this point of life, if you were to remove any of that, I would feel incomplete.
Mm,
I would feel like there is a void,
yeah,
and I would have to try and replace it with something.
right.
And so, again, all of that stuff I feel makes cricket. All of that stuff really makes me feel like I am whole, especially with the relationship with Christ, right? Um, I think that's what carries the most weight is
Mm,
having that relationship with Christ to make me feel whole when I don't feel whole in other areas, when I don't feel complete in other areas. Having that relationship with Him and saying, God, I'm struggling here in this area. God, I feel like I need more guidance in this area. Complete me in this area.
mhm.
And so that alone carries a lot of the way. I feel like, child, that's probably like 98% of that complete weight. And then the 2% is, spread amongst everything else. Because again, if you take all of that other stuff away, I'm going to have to rely on that 98% to heal me if those other things are removed.
That's good.
But that's a whole nother
That's a
look, that's a
whole,
whole nother.
that's a whole, that's a whole, honey. You said a lot of stuff, honey. You need to be putting on this journey to Christ, honey, because listen, whole other beast. Okay. That is so good. And that is so good. I love how you said that. Like this was good. I am again absolutely proud. I am absolutely amazed. And I am so glad that we are connected. And see, people, when you pray about stuff, you have to think about that God would actually answer that stuff. And when it happens, you have to look back on what you prayed for. Because I'm always praying for connections. I'm always praying. And it does not mean that he's going to send new people in your life, that he may send the same people that have been there, but with new stuff. Because like I said, growing up, we weren't doing this stuff. But now that we're doing this thing, we end up being on the same kind of playing field. And we hadn't had a discussion about it or anything, and we're able to help each other out. So, you know, when you ask God for connection and you ask God for resources, you never know where it's going to come from. So I am absolutely grateful for her being in my life. I'm so grateful for you and all of the wisdom and the knowledge and the creativity that you have. Because even in some of the conversation, she'll say something to me. She's like, well, maybe we can do it like this. And I'm like, yeah, that's it. Because my mind, you know, you have to have people that balance you off. Because in my mind, honey, I'm going to go put this together and we just going to do this. And she'll be like, no, we're not going to do it like that. We're going to do it. Cause honey, I'd be like, baby, I'm just gonna get this over with, honey. I don't have time. She'd be like, so how about we, you know, and it'd be so funny how she do it. She's like, how about we think about it this way?
Cause I'm really trying to do it in love. Like, well, what about
Honey, you're opposite of me, honey, because I'm like, baby, don't do that. That ain't cute.
and I'm totally like, so you know I love you, right? Okay, what if we I'm trying to sugarcoat in all kinds of ways.
Listen, be sugarcoat, but it's fine because even in you're doing it that way, you still get the same results. Because for me, I am going to listen because I trust your voice and I trust and I trust that you want the best for me. And that's what I want people to take away from, especially when you're trying to find mentors or anything. Make sure that you trust that they want the best for you. Don't just want to link up with them because they got the latest and the greatest and all this stuff. Believe that they want the best for you so you can trust their voice. Because when you don't think that they want the best for you, you will not trust their voice. You won't trust anything they say. And you'll be looking at them crazy. And then you'll be looking foolish because you didn't listen to what they said. Okay, so, but again, that's a whole. So this has been long enough. And that is it for us. So I'm going to let her tell you guys how you can get in contact with her and what she has going on, how you can access it. So let the people know quickly.
Awesome. So you can find me on Instagram at Cricket Snell. I am extremely active on Instagram. You can also look at my website if you want to be active there. It's www.cricketsnell.com. Yeah, and like I said, reach out. Like, I want to build a community of women that support one another, that serve one another, because we are here for one another. So yeah, reach out, child, DM me. I don't care. I respond. I'm not one of them people that don't respond. I see it and I'm like, girl, yes, let me tell you how. So reach out. I do not mind. I love, love, love all of the support. I love the questions. I really love just serving women. So, like I said, reach out if there's any way that I can help you. I'm definitely, here to help.
Awesome. And she's not lying. Yes, she is. She will definitely link up with you because she wants you to be great. So make sure you guys reach out. Make sure you guys access everything she has going on. Make sure you book her, okay, for her events because maybe
this time I'm gonna put another little plug in here. You want to subscribe to the website so you can get them freebies though.
Nah, I didn't know that part. Let me go. Look, see, I'm learning stuff. Yes, because baby be doing her decor, honey. It's cute, okay? And she do her thing. So make sure you book, sis, and make sure you get with sis. So that is all for us today. Make sure that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Make sure you're sharing. Make sure you go follow me, Latoya Shantae Kite, on social media, Instagram and Facebook. Make sure you follow me. I also have a group called The Complete Woman on Facebook. Go and join that group on Facebook as well. If you want to contact me, if you want to book me, if you want to be on Talks with Toya on the Complete Woman podcast, you can go to the Complete Woman 19 at gmail.com. And if you have any questions, any topics, or if it's someone you would like to see on here, you can definitely go there and check that out and send me a message, and I definitely will respond to you, and I will definitely get up with you. So just make sure, I just want you guys to make sure that you're supporting each other, not just us. Support each other, support the people around you. Don't have our fellow sisters out here feeling like they're alone. Don't do that. You see them doing something, hey, I see you, girl. I like what you're doing. That's great. Send them something, because Cricket be hyping me up sometimes, and I be like, oh, and I do her as well, girls. So hype your sister up, hype the people around you up, not just females, people that you see doing great things, hype them up, encourage them, because everyone needs that. Because sometimes we around here like, listen, this could be it. Oh, guy, I could be done.
Yeah.
And your encouraging word might save a life. Okay.
Hello.
So yeah, so look into us, book us, follow us, all of those things, all that jazz. And I thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for all of your support. I really, really, really appreciate every little view, every little like, everything. I appreciate it. So I love you guys. Have a great night. Goodbye, my love.
Bye. This is so cute.